And we are back for another exciting day of TV. Hope so, anyway. It is Wednesday, the 11th day of December, 2024. I am Dan Kuntz. This is Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Thanks for starting your day with us. Here we go again. Cloudy and foggy. It is 30 degrees. We're pretty much at our high. 30 was the high yesterday. 28 was the low. This is what happens when this inversion comes in. We have high pressure. It's, in fact, centered almost right over the middle of our state, which is us. But if the high pressure establishes itself and the clouds and the fog have already arrived ahead of it, and this is what you get, and this is what we're going to have for quite some time. A few sun breaks coming this weekend. Friday night, Saturday morning, we're talking some precipitation, all three different types of precipitation. A distinct possibility overnight Friday into Saturday till about noon. We're talking about snow, freezing rain, and possibly all three at the same time. Things are going to get a little active this weekend. Those details will bat lead off, if you pardon the baseball analogy. News, yes. Sports, not a good night for the local hockey teams. The Kraken took the defending Stanley Cup champions all the way to a shootout. We'll show you highlights. The Wenatchee Wild went to Kent to take on the Seattle Thunderbirds last night. Short end of the stick on that one. They've been struggling so far this year. No denying that. An opinion from Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and then we're going to play a mashup of all the cool little profiles we've been doing for all of those artisans down at the Pybus Public Market who are selling their wares for the holiday season. We teamed up with our media partner, the Wenatchee World, so you're going to get to know the people at DR Creations, Gypsy Lotus, KR Farms, Ramblin' Rivers. They make the butter brittle, it's good stuff. Not good for your teeth, but I don't care, I eat it anyway. And Wenatchee 3D printing gifts. They're all going to be profiled in the back half of the program. Again, our PTZ cameras have been on the fritz. They're working on it. It's kind of it's a technical thing. You don't want to, I'm not going to explain it to you in detail because I don't know the details. It's just all I know is that they're not working. So again, it's not a live shot behind me, but we'll deal with it. But because today is Wednesday and yesterday, as they do every Tuesday, every week, the Climate Prediction Center issues their long-term forecast. And this is what they think may happen next week. And they're pretty good at predicting this. First of all, the 6 to 10 day temperature outlook. This is for December 16th through the 20th, so essentially next week. As you can see, we have a better than 50-50 chance. We have about a 60 to 70% chance of seeing our temperatures next week above normal. Our normal high this time of the year is about 34 or 35 degrees. Looks like we'll be warmer than that for the most part. December 16th through the 20th. As far as precipitation is concerned, we have a better than 50-50 chance of seeing above normal precipitation. So there you go. It looks like we're going to be a little bit warmer than normal next week, the 16th through the 20th. And it looks like we might be a little wetter than normal next week, the 16th through the 20th. That is down the road. In the immediate future, things are kind of looking a little bleh. Freezing, fog, cloudy. Let's go to the forecast from the National Weather Service. It looks something like this. Clouds and fog and clouds and fog. Yeah, sorry. High of about 34 degrees, which is 4 degrees warmer than yesterday. Didn't feel real warm yesterday at all. Had a hard time warming up. 30 for the overnight low tonight. There's a slight chance of some light snow. I don't think it's going to happen. Thursday, a little light snow possible in the wee small hours of the morning, and then cloudy and foggy. We're not expecting any real snow accumulations, not at all really. High of 35 on Thursday. Tomorrow night, lots of clouds, 29 for the overnight low. Pretty quiet most of the day on Friday, just cloudy and foggy again, and a high of 34. You notice you don't see a lot of sunshine icons there. Friday night is when things get a little interesting. Rain, a rain-snow mix, and then freezing rain. It's all possible Friday night into early Saturday morning. There's a 90% chance of something coming out of the sky Friday night into Saturday, and that spills right out in to most of the morning on Saturday. Saturday, you could wake up to some snow, some freezing rain, some rain, depending on your elevation. A mixture of all three possible on Saturday. We kind of got the weather smorgasbord, and a high of about 36. So the real active weather is going to be Friday night in the overnight hours. We're talking 2, 3, 4 a.m. until about noon on Saturday. That's the diciest of getting around town with some possibility of some freezing rain. And that chance of rain goes up to about 40% on Saturday night. Probably rain, we think, maybe some freezing rain, 30 for the overnight low. And the National Weather Service says we'll close out the weekend with partly sunny skies on Sunday. and a high of 38. So there's that slight warming trend we were talking about as we looked at the Climate Prediction Center. All right, that's the forecast. We'll take a break and then come back and let you know what's going on around here. And in this business, we call that the news. And it's next. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCWLIFE channel.
Between juggling groceries, preparing meals, and lending a helping hand, you're a hero without a cape. But who's there to support you? Aging and Adult Care honors caregivers like you, the relatives, friends, and neighbors, helping loved ones remain safely at home. Aging and Adult Care offers chore services, respite, personal care, and more. Serving Chelan, Douglas, Grant, Lincoln, Adams, and Okanagan counties, call Aging and Adult Care at 1-800-572-4459 for caregiver support.
Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa, located on South Wenatchee Ave, has the largest selection of spas and swim spas in town. Stay cool this summer in an artesian swim spa and use it all year long. We enjoy helping families reconnect one spa at a time. Hot tubs are proven to improve sleep and decrease arthritis pain. Our passion is water, so please bring us a water sample, and we will help you diagnose your pool or spa water for free. Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa, your pool and spa experts.
Medicare annual election period is here, and the rumors are true. Health Alliance and Assurance Northwest Medicare Advantage plans are not available beginning January 1st, 2025. Now, there are 2 new Medicare Advantage plans that will be replacing them. But to quickly answer many of your questions, go to our website and click on Plan Termination. You can also come to one of our sales and education meetings. You don't have to be a current client. We'll be providing everyone a folder with step-by-step instructions on finding a new plan for next year.
It's that time of year again to get the Honda of your dreams during Happy Honda Days, where you'll find great offers on an efficient CR-V hybrid, spirited Accord hybrid, sporty Civic hybrid, and the all-electric Prologue. Don't wait, turn your dreams into reality with a new Honda, named KBB.com's best overall EV and hybrid brand. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
30 degrees in the Wenatchee Valley. It's pretty much our high. We're going to do this right through the weekend. Cloudy and foggy and kind of just blah. Friday night, Saturday morning, rain, freezing rain, and a little bit of snow. It's all possible, especially on Saturday morning. It's 8 minutes after the hour. Chelan County's 2025 budget is a done deal. It was adopted yesterday, a $4.4 million gap in its general fund. Chelan County Commissioners approving the $60.2 million expense package yesterday morning. Budget Manager Nicole Thompson says the county expects to take in only about $55.8 million in revenue next year. County Administrator Kathy Mulhall told commissioners that individual departments held the line on new spending for 2025 to try and plug that gap.
We asked departments within the general fund to stay at their 2024 levels, so we did not cut budgets from 2024, and that all budgets actually went up because our personnel costs were in addition to the 2024 levels for our supplies and services. There was no drastic budget cuts in any department whatsoever. Obviously, we weren't able to meet the asks of many of the department heads and elected officials, but those are not a cut to the budget. It was that we adjusted our budget to our 2024 levels to be able to come in even with the deficit that we have at just about $4.4 million.
Interim Superintendent Spencer Taylor took the oath of office as the newest head of the Eastmont School District on Monday. The district announced Taylor would take over for Becky Berg on December 2nd, Berg deciding to retire to focus on family matters. Taylor began his career with the Wenatchee School District, later joined the North Central Educational Services District. Eventually, he would become the principal of Grant Elementary School, and most recently, he was serving as Eastmont's Executive Director of Elementary Education. Eastmont said the board will continue to consider options for the district's long-term leadership in upcoming board meetings. The Wenatchee Valley's 911 agency has gotten the first look at the potential price tag for new headquarters. They want new headquarters. Rivercom says its consultants have estimated a $33 million cost for a new building on property that Rivercom purchased back in August. Of course, Rivercom manages fire, police, and ambulance traffic throughout Chelan and Douglas counties. They say they have outgrown their current offices at the top floor of the Wenatchee Police Station, and they want to build a 14,000 square foot facility at 5th Street and North Lisle in East Wenatchee. Rivercom Director Doug Jones says the $33 million cost is a first look estimate. He expects the cost to move downward as the agency works with its architectural firm. 2021 was a hard year for the city of Moses Lake's finances. The state auditor's office reports that during that pandemic year, Moses Lake's government failed to report federal American Rescue Plan dollars it got. They overstated their capital assets by about $19 million and understated its pension assets by about $3 million. The city acknowledged the errors, saying it suffered a heavy staff turnover and had inadequate procedures in place to monitor incoming and outgoing money. Moses Lake has since contracted with a third-party accounting firm and brought in new staff and training to prevent future troubles. The city of Wenatchee says a challenge has been dropped to its ordinance that will phase out most billboard advertising in the city. The city passed the law 5 years ago, and now billboards are on track to disappear by the year 2030, except billboards on some state highway routes. Outfront Media is one of the largest billboard advertising companies. They appealed Wenatchee's law in 2020 to the State Growth Management Board. In September, the city rejected a plan to loosen the ordinance as part of a settlement with Outfront. Assistant Community Development Director Stephen Neuschwander told the City Council last week that the company has now withdrawn its appeal.
We had another brief settlement conversation that the city didn't accept, and subsequently they dropped their appeal. So that being said, I think great work from our community, acknowledging what they want to see as far as, or don't want to see, which are billboards. And so what that means is our ordinance stands on its merits, and we'll work towards advertising out those billboards that are subject to that code over the next 6 years.
Maverick, the drug-sniffing dog handled by the East Wenatchee Police Department, is credited with finding a stash of fentanyl in a vehicle in Wenatchee. Police say Wenatchee motorist was pulled over back in September for driving without a license, and Maverick alerted police the suspected presence of drugs inside the Buick Regal. A warrant search of the sedan allegedly found about 300 tablets of fentanyl in a bag on the passenger seat, plus more than $2,300 in cash. Police are now asking for charges of drug possession with intent to deliver against the vehicle's driver. And local chocolate connoisseur and owner of Yeti Chocolates, Willow Merritt, showcased her chocolates at a recent Pybus Public Market holiday market. She's been making chocolates for a few years, and then she decided she wanted to make it her career. In 2018, her business kicked off at a commercial kitchen out in Rock Island. That's where she makes her chocolates, offering a different flavor every season of the year. We visited Merritt's pop-up shop at the Pybus Market as part of our profile of local artisans with our media partner, the Wenatchee World.
I started my business in 2018. I've been making chocolates for about 18 years and then decided that I really just wanted to try and give it a go. I was able to find a commercial kitchen out in Rock Island, and so that was kind of what was able to launch me into being able to start my business. I've always had a passion for doing chocolates ever since I was a child. My mom was a really good baker, and so I loved working with her in the kitchen. And so I went to culinary school and kind of got the foundation of what I do now, and then decided that chocolates is kind of where I wanted to, focus my craft, because I like the artistry and the challenge. For the holidays, I offer kind of a wide range of options. I have all of my truffles, so I have a winter collection that will be available during the holidays. I also do a season's greetings collection, which is 5 holiday-inspired pieces. And then I also offer a dairy-free line of chocolates. I also have an advent calendar, which is 25 days of gourmet chocolates that you can get. They're specialty pieces that I don't make throughout the year. I've definitely come up with most of the flavors. I either base it off of classic desserts, like I have a carrot cake piece that's, pretty classic, or I will take something a little more obscure, like for the fall collection, I have a fig jam and fig balsamic piece, which is a little more out of the box. I have a book called The Flavor Bible that I use when I'm trying to come up with inspirations. It kind of shows you good pairings, so I'll use that a lot. Like the holiday box, they're just classic holiday chocolates like almond roca, gingerbread, eggnog, peppermint. So kind of classic stuff. I'll do classic stuff. I'll do kind of things out of the box. Like I have an Earl Grey and vanilla to kind of inspire like the London Fog drink. So kind of a whole range. So I make my chocolate seasonally. So every 3 months the menu changes on the regular line. So I switched a little early. Generally the winter line doesn't come out till December, but because it's the holidays, I usually bring it out a little bit early. So winter will run from December to February, and then I do a spring, summer, and fall. And then I do the dairy-free is every 6 months. So I call it the fall, winter is what we're in now, and then I do a spring, summer. And then I also bring out like specialties. So I do specialty flavors for Valentine's Day, and then I do like an Easter collection, Mother's Day, and then the season's greetings. So what I always like to say for people, if they want the freshest product, generally wait until closer to the holidays before you get it. So then you have a little bit more of a longer time afterwards. Although a lot of people say they won't last that long. Online, yetichocolates.com is my website, and you can customize your boxes online when you go online, which is a great option. I don't really have that ability here. Everything kind of has to be pre-packaged, but you can, on the website, it has my contact information. You can contact me directly. I'm generally here most weekends. I won't be here for the next 2 weeks. I have some other shows that I'm doing over on the west side, but I will be back the 14th and 15th of December and the 20th, 21st, and 22nd. So those are going to be the best times to order or, to pick up chocolates in person, but you can always order online. Balsam Root in Pybus is a location that you can pick up orders, and then the bookshop on Palouse Street is also another option that you can have things delivered locally. And then you can always come out to Rock Island. Call me ahead. I can put together a box, or you can order online and then pick it up out there as well.
All of a sudden, I want to eat chocolate. That's the news on this Wednesday. If you're interested in what's happening around the Wenatchee Valley, North Central Washington, we fill the bill with the news at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock on television, 5, 6, and 10 on TV. Available for you to watch on the World Wide Web whenever you want. Right around 5 o'clock, just go to our homepage, NCWLIFE.com, our Facebook page, our YouTube page. You're good to go. And if there's something out there you think is newsworthy, don't hesitate. Send us an email. We'd love to hear from you. news@ncwlife.com. If you're a fan of the Wenatchee Wild and the Seattle Kraken, you did not have a very good Tuesday. Sports is next. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Global Car Care has the best customer service in the Valley. From the moment you walk in the door, their goal is to help you stay on the road, so you can keep doing what's important to you. Global Car Care certified ASE mechanics stand behind your automotive repairs. Central Washington Water is your hot spring spa dealer for over 45 years. Shop their showroom and see the new Freshwater Smart IQ. This is a new innovative approach to super simple water care combined with the freshwater salt system to give you clean, balanced spa water naturally. There's a hot tub for every budget. Save up to $1,000 on hot spring spas or buy plug-and-play spas starting at $79 per month. Why shop anywhere else? Central Washington Water. They service what they sell.
The family at the Epladolin want to help your loved one feel at ease in their new home environment. Epladolin offers beautiful one-bedroom and studio apartments. Residents enjoy 3 delicious home-style meals a day, laundry service, housekeeping service, and encouragement to make themselves cozy in their new home. Epladolin welcomes your family to come and visit their family. Epladolin, independent and assisted living. They make the complicated easy for you. Call today for a tour.
Let your kindness shine bright at Boswell's. This holiday season, donate $50 or more to charity and save $400 on stressless Mayfair recliners and ottomans. And save $200 on any stressless recliner, home office chair, and each seat of a stressless sofa. Plus, take $200 off 4 stressless dining chairs now. Shop Boswell's, 2915 Easy Street in Wenatchee.
20 minutes after the hour, Alexander Barkov scored the tying goal, and then another member of the Florida Panthers scored the winning goal in a shootout. The defending Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers knocking off the Seattle Kraken 2-1 at Climate Pledge Arena last night.
Well, that's what happens. JT, you know that. I'm sure you met guys for the first time out there on the ice, and they knew what you had for lunch and dinner the night before. Here comes Stevenson. He scores! Chandler Stevenson right down Lenny Wilkins' way, and the Kraken are off and running. What a pass here by Yanni Gord. It helps that it was slowed up a tad, but how about this line? You got Gord, you got McCann, and you got Stevenson. Coach Dan Bilesma pressing all the right buttons. Gord's in alone. He's thwarted. How is that not a penalty? How is that not a penalty? Dan Bilesma is absolutely livid. That's mind-boggling. Barkov scores. Oh, my goodness. Slammed home by Sasha Barkov with 61 seconds left in the second period. Bjorkstrand, he's in. He does not get it. Stopped by Bobrovsky. Sensational save by Sergei Bobrovsky. 1 second left. We go to shootout. Alexander Barkov, who has the only goal for Florida in regulation. The captain swoops in with speed and scores.
He's got all the tools in the bag, goes slow, bringing it back to the side. Almost looks like he's going to put it between his legs. Joey has to freeze back to the backhand and is able to put it in.
The maestro in the 2-hole. With patience, he'll go wide and a stare down with Bob. Stopped by Bobrovsky. Well, Ollie circles in, makes like a snake. Boy, there's room in that 5-hole if somebody wants to make that type of move, but Reinhardt's got the game on his stick. This is it here for Reinhardt. Should he score? If not, we move along. Reinhardt scores. Florida wins in the shootout.
Kraken hosts the Boston Bruins tomorrow night at 7 o'clock on Kong TV. By the way, the Bruins blown out by Winnipeg last night, 8-1. The Wenatchee Wild cut the Seattle Thunderbirds' lead to 1 goal on 3 separate occasions, but they never got the equalizer. 7-3, they lost last night in Kent. Seattle scored 3 goals in the third period to ice the game. The Wild play the league-leading Everett Silvertips in Everett Thursday evening at 7:05. Mekhi Mason scored a season-high 23 points. Washington pulled away in the second half, beat Eastern 87-69 at Heck Ed last night. Great Osabor, I love that name. He had 16 points for Washington. Andrew Cook led the Eagles with 18 points. He shot 7 of 11. Washington is idle until December 18th when it will host Washington State. Prep girls basketball scoreboard from last night. Almost all of these are non-leaguers with the exception of Zilla and Kashmir. They're in league play down there. Your winners, Quincy, Kettle Falls, Zilla. Moses Lake knocked off Hanford and Brewster over Reardon. Other girls basketball action from last night. Okanagan over Liberty Bell. It was Bridgeport just getting by Antioch. Pateros over Lake Roosevelt. Manson defeated Soap Lake. Republic over Oroville. And Waterville Mansfield over Wilbur Creston Keller. Boys action last night. Ellensburg beats Moses Lake 66-54. Quincy rolled away from Kittitas. It was Tenaska getting by Kettle Falls and Zilla over Kashmir. So they swept both the Bulldogs boys and girls. And in other scores, Reardon over Brewster, Liberty Bell over Okanagan. Your winners also Bridgeport, Manson, and the Garden City Academy beat Easton. And don't forget, we have wrestling tonight at the Eastmont High School Gymnasium. Moses Lake in town to take on Eastmont. We'll take to the air at about 6:45. They'll start wrestling at 7 o'clock. Eric Grandstrom and his dad, Dave, with the call right here on the NCWLIFE channel. And those are just some of the games that people are playing. Speaking of games, do you like to play games on your phone and you use an app? Today is National App Day. That's the obscure holiday today. Strangely enough, as I did my research, if you put apps on your tablet, you'll spend 3 times the money on apps on a tablet than a smartphone user will do. Approximately 90% of a person's time on their smartphone is spent using apps, and even though there are close to 10 million apps out there, most people just use 10 to 12 apps a day. I have apps on my phone that I downloaded and I don't think I've ever used. Today is National App Day. Today in history. Well, guess the flag. That one's kind of a dead giveaway. Indiana joined the Union on December 11th, 1816. That makes Indiana the 19th state. It's 208 years old today. The Crossroads of America is their motto. From 1880 to 1924, a resident of Indiana was included in all but one presidential election. That's incredible. Indiana was the very first state to implement a state-funded public school system, and 90% of the kids who go to public schools in Indiana, 90% of Indiana's kids go to public schools. That's the highest ratio in the nation. The people of Indiana are called Hoosiers. The state itself is the Hoosier state sometimes, but what a Hoosier is, nobody seems to know. It's a mystery. Indiana, the state flag that you see there, didn't even have a state flag until its centennial celebration. In 1916, the first 100 years of Indiana statehood, they didn't even have a flag. And my favorite fact about Indiana, my fraternal grandfather, my dad's dad, Hilbert, was born in Santa Claus, Indiana. Then would eventually move here to North Central Washington. Happy birthday, Indiana. A friendly reminder that King Charles would not be King Charles had his great uncle not quit. Edward VIII abdicated. He says, I'm out of here. He was succeeded by his younger brother, Albert, who became king. Of course, Albert became George VI, and then George VI's eldest daughter, Elizabeth, will become queen. She died, and now her son, Charles, is the king, all because King Edward VIII wanted to marry an American, and you can't do that in 1936, 88 years ago today. FDR had a problem after Pearl Harbor because it was the Japanese Imperial Navy who attacked the United States, not the Germans, not the Italians, but Roosevelt and his military advisors all knew that the real threat was Nazi Germany, not necessarily Japan. So what do we do? How do we swing this? We need to declare war on Germany and Italy, even though they didn't attack us. Well, Germany and Italy made it easy. Before we could do anything on this date in 1941, Germany and Italy declared war on the United States, so then FDR didn't have to worry about it anymore. The United States, in turn, declares war on them. They could have made it a lot harder. Instead, they made it easy for Roosevelt. They preempted his declaration of war by doing it themselves 83 years ago today. If you've seen the movie Goodfellas, you know what this is all about. This is pretty much the underlying plot point. 8 members and associates of the Lucchese crime family steal $6 million in cash and jewelry from the Lufthansa cargo terminal at JFK International on this date in 1978. At the time, it was the largest cash robbery in this country's history. It's the equivalent of $23 million today. The mastermind of the plot, Jimmy Burke, never charged, but Burke himself either personally killed or ordered killed 9 people who either committed the robbery or knew who did commit the robbery. By the way, the cash and the jewelry never recovered on this date in 1978. And for the greatest of all time, it was over. Muhammad Ali, 43 years ago today, December 11th, 1981, just shy of his 40th birthday, Muhammad Ali loses his 61st and final professional fight to Trevor Berbick. It was a unanimous decision. He would never fight again. The fight was almost called off 1 hour before it began because the promoters ran out of money. They guaranteed a certain amount of money to Muhammad Ali and Trevor Berbick, and they didn't have it. They eventually got the money. And by the way, this fight was held in the Bahamas because no boxing commission in the United States would grant Muhammad Ali a boxing license to fight. That was December 11th, 1981. It was over. Birthdays, 2 heavenly birthdays. At the end of the 20th century, they did a poll. They asked historians who was the greatest mayor in American history, and coming in number 1, Fiorello LaGuardia, the mayor of New York City for 12 years. The original Rhino, he was a Republican, but pretty much all of his politics and the way he went about his business was more Democrat than Republican. How did he get to be so good? He threw everybody who was corrupt out of City Hall and brought in experts. He got rid of the spoils system. Fiorello LaGuardia, the mayor of New York from 1934 to 1945, born in the state 1882. Walter Knott, Walter Knott wasn't doing much of anything until one day he nursed several abandoned berry plants back to health. It was a hybrid. They were huge. He began to sell them. Walter Knott did at a roadside stand. In 1934, his wife began serving fried chicken at the roadside stand so people who were waiting to buy his berries could have something to eat, because it was a huge, huge line. And then they built a ghost town, and then they fenced it in, and then they built Knott's Berries Farm. Walter Knott, the founder of Knott's Berry Farm, which is a great amusement park, 60 acres, born in the state in 1889. And Rita Moreno, one of only 15 people to accomplish the EGOT. She has an Emmy, a Grammy, an Oscar, and a Tony. She was the third person ever to actually achieve that feat. Rita Moreno, the legend, is 93 years old. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. Notice how I said heat first, because, hey, it's that time of the year for your heater, and boy, are they as efficient as they've ever been. If you think about maybe replacing your whole HVAC system, your first call should be to Alpine Air. In the long term, it's going to save you money. Mike Minardi's got an opinion right around the corner, and then you're going to get to know all of those cool artisans we've been profiling at the Pybus Public Market. If you're looking for a gift that you're not going to find anyplace else for the holiday season, you're going to meet 5 of them. When we come back, you're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCWLIFE channel.
It's that time of year again to get the Honda of your dreams during Happy Honda Days, where you'll find great offers on a sporty new Civic, spirited Accord, fun to drive HRV, and versatile CRV. So don't wait to turn your holiday dreams into reality with a new Honda named KBB.com's best value brand. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Hey folks, Lehman here with Crown Furniture and Mattress. Folks, there's no question, and if you're looking for top quality furniture and mattresses, Crown Furniture and Mattress is the place for you. Whether it's Flex Steel's patented blue steel spring, Englander's 120 years of innovation, or Stanton's incredible comfort. Folks, we have it all. So stop by and see us today at 736 South Wenatchee Avenue.
This is the time of year we celebrate family, traditions, and great food. At Abby's, our legendary pizzas are so giant, they feed up to 6 happy family members. When you need a break from cooking, think Abby's. Our place or your place. Our family is here for your family.
Let's go to Hawaii for the holidays.
Here's an easier idea. Enjoy Abby's classic Big Hawaiian Pizza this December. This delicious tropical and giant pizza is at a special holiday price. And when you gift an Abby's gift card, we'll give you a present too.
There's no place like home, because home is where we're totally comfortable. It's where we can be ourselves and let our guards down. It's where we make memories, and we're always imagining new ways to keep it totally comfortable. Carrier, total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
The Gilded Lily is filled with holiday cheer. Every corner is full of gift ideas that have been handpicked for your home, family, and friends. Come see the beautiful trees with decor to make your home sparkle this festive season. Gorgeous lights, gourmet foods, specialty chocolates. Shop often during the holiday season and enjoy complimentary gift packaging with purchase. The staff at Gilded Lily looks forward to assisting you with your holiday shopping.
When you've been in business for 40 years, it's because you understand change and you put members first, always. Now Works is announcing a change in their membership model. Up to 6 people on one membership that you can mix and match. The more people, the bigger the discounts. Introducing the Works shared membership model. One membership, friends and family, and flexibility. Works, the cleanest, friendliest, most helpful gyms you and your friends will ever join.
At Kennedy Group, we understand that buying and selling is more than a transaction, and it's more than just a house. This is where you will gather with friends and family, and where a lifetime of memories will be made. But buying a home is more than memories. Oftentimes, it's your biggest financial decision. The agents at Kennedy Group understand this and provide real estate advice based on your goals and dreams. Call us today and let's find your happy place.
My name is Dan Riggers. The name of the business is DR Creations. We make everything ourselves here in Wenatchee, and we try to make things that are different or unique that you don't find anymore. We make everything with lead-free glazes, and services, we try to do different craft shows or farmers markets to get the product out to the public. Business we started in 1980, and we've just been going ever since. We do it out of our home, but we don't, we're the old school, no website, and it's just a lot of it's word of mouth. What we do is it's all made with molds because it's ceramic, and we'll pour the molds, get the shape we want. Takes about 2 weeks from once we pour it to once it's sellable, because you have to let it dry and then a series of firings.
Yeah. So what inspired you to make the different kinds of dishes?
I don't know, it was just, I learned the trade over on the coast, and it was just what people wanted, you know. That's what we've done, yeah. We just did it, you know, as a hobby and just kept doing it, and people wanted it, so we just kept making it. We provide holiday items for different holidays, and some outdoor stuff, but it's mainly the houseware items.
Yeah, so what customers would you say are most interested in buying your product?
A lot of it is people that are buying stuff. It's stuff they might have seen as children, or their grandparents or parents had it, so that's why they come. We do have a flyer that we send out to a group of people that give us their addresses. Otherwise, just look for us at Pybus Public Market. We will be here every weekend through Christmas, except the first weekend in December, when we go to Ephrata. We try to do some of the outlying areas, Ephrata, Quincy, Waterville.
What inspiration do you use to make the designs on your product?
It's mainly what the public wants, or you know that's popular, but like chickens or peppers. I have been doing Pybus for years, and so you just kind of are on their circuit and you just come. What's nice about Pybus, it's getting to be a destination place, so you get a lot of travelers from out of the area, and that's where a lot of the business comes from.
I started my business full-time. I started selling jewelry in 2009. I got a job when I was like 16. I got a job at a bead shop, and so I kind of just fell in love with all the stones and all the like pretty sparkly things when I was really young. And so just like working in a bead shop and seeing all the stuff and all the books and all of the instructions and everything, I got to just sit and kind of make stuff from a young age. So that's where I fell in love with it. So each crystal has its like meaning or thing that it's like it helps you with or whatever. Yeah, so you can like read about each one and like find, you know, each meaning of the crystals. So yeah. So my love is the natural crystals, and so I do a lot of like wire wrap jewelry, and I try to kind of make it more about like the crystals that are so beautiful and everything. So a lot of my wraps are more subtle and with smaller wire and all of that. So yeah, I use a lot of sterling silver, copper, kind of 14 karat gold, so everywhere in between, you know. Usually what I do is I find a main stone first. So like on this one, I chose this big moonstone, and then I took a large wire and made kind of like a little frame around it, and then I take little tiny wires and I basically like sew with wire and just kind of like make it so it's like really secure in there, and then add all the little pretty stuff to it after that. So I do a lot of custom work. I do repairs and stuff too. So I think I'm pretty much the only one in town who does repairs anymore. So I'll do custom work, I do repairs. I love to kind of like, if you have a stone that you have and you want it wrapped, you can bring it to me and I'll make something for you. So a lot of my jewelry has a little more of a feminine touch. I try to make more masculine stuff too. I have like my little simple stuff over there that a lot of men kind of gravitate to, but it doesn't, I mean, it's not for women only, you're welcome to wear it too if it speaks to you and you like it. It's kind of a lot of women who buy my product. I do get men that are sent here to buy stuff for their wives or their girlfriends or whatever, so I like to help them kind of find either the piece that they're sent here to find or something. I start with like asking them, okay, what's her favorite color? What does she like to wear? More simple, more like bigger pieces. So I can also help with that too if you need. So.
How long would you say it takes for a custom make to be shipped or something?
I don't deliver. I'm usually here Friday, Saturdays at Pybus through the holidays, but I do, on my online, I do have free shipping, so yeah. If it's custom, I have to finish it first, so it might be a little longer, but if it's already made and you buy it off of my site, I usually ship within like 3 days. So, and in the holidays, I know it's kind of a little like shorter time frame, so I might be even going to the post office every day until, if you need it right away, let me know and I can send it that day too. So you can find me, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, I'm on TikTok, I'm on all of those, Gypsy Lotus Jewelry, and then I have gypsylotusjewelry.com too, which will take you right to my Etsy site. So yeah.
The name of my business is KR Farms Handcrafted Soaps and Lotions. So I make handcrafted soaps, lotions, kids soaps, body scrubs, body butters. I do everything that is homemade, has a lot of love in it, and I sell down here at the Pybus Market every weekend, year round. So I wanted to be part of Pybus when Pybus first opened. I've been selling soaps ever since that very first day, 11 years ago. I've made soaps for family and friends for years, but wanting to be part of the Pybus Market
inspired you to get into what you do right now?
I was looking for a hobby job, and I love the fact of homemade products. I think homemade products are healthy for your body, and again, I wanted to do something that I thought my customers would love. Because I was already making it for friends and family, that's when I decided to start selling it. I grow a lot of the herbs that are in my soap, so I have a very large garden at home. I grow the lemongrass, the lavender, the spearmint, the peppermint, and the roses. Those are all herbs that are in my soaps. They're also infused in my lotions too. Oh, wow. Soaps come in usually 15 cents. Right now I have about 20 because I love the holidays. The top sellers have the lotion, the body butter, and matching body scrub as well. And so the lotions are made with aloe, shea butter, jojoba, and coconut oil. There's no water, there's no alcohol in any of my lotions or my body butters. My body butters are made with chamomile extract, rosehip seed oil, and arnica. Arnica is a natural pain reliever, so that's great for arthritis in your hands and feet as well. I've sold gallons and gallons and gallons of lotion, but what's most exciting is that sometime in the first part of 2025, I will have hit my 100,000th bar of soap. So I'm going to be having a contest. The winner is going to win a loaf of soap, which if it's cut is 25 bars. Otherwise, I'll have a big loaf that they can cut as they like to, and they can choose any scent that they want. And so people should watch my Facebook account and see when that's going to start happening. But I'm thinking sometime between February and April, based on sales, I'm going to hit 100,000. The kid soaps are so awesome. So the kid soaps are 100% glycerin. They are non-scented. Moms like that. They also do not have any dye in them. So 100% natural. The idea is the kids have to wash and wash to get to the toy on the inside. So it's a great incentive, but I sell them to a lot of adults too. Sexy Man is one of my top sellers. It's the Cool Water men's cologne scent. So it's a really nice soap. Plus it's a fun name. Comes in a pumice scrub as well. So it comes in a lot of different scents. I do a lot of gift baskets. The men like to pick those up for the women with all the products in it. And then of course the kids. I sell a lot of these to the grandparents. They can't walk by without buying a soap for their grandchild. So the soaps, they take quite a while. You have to first measure out all the products, cook them down, and then combine them. After they're combined, they're pulled into a mold, it's a liquid mold. After 24 hours, the soap's set up so they firm. 24 hours later, I cut them, then they cure for 3 weeks. So it's a constant inventory management. What I'm making today, I'm not selling for 3 weeks down the road. Yeah.
How can people find you or more information about your business?
Absolutely. So they can go to my website, which is krfarms.com. I am local, so I am always down here at Pybus Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, again, year-round. And all of my other contact information, Facebook, it's all on my website, krfarms.com. They can order online. I have an online store. I do a 24-hour turnaround, local delivery in Wenatchee and East Wenatchee, especially during the holidays. If you don't want to get out and do your shopping, look at my website. I'm happy to deliver for you for free.
My name is Vicki Barber, and the name of my business is Ramblin' River Candy Company. So I make homemade peanut butter peanut brittle. It's different than regular brittle because it has peanut butter in it. So it's softer, doesn't stick to your teeth, and so people with dental work can eat it. It's a recipe that's been in my family for several generations, and I've actually been making it for over 50 years. Each batch, from probably putting stuff in the pan to putting it in the package, is about a half hour each, and I typically have 2 pots going on my stove. I'm able to stagger them, and so I've got a whole system down in my kitchen. Well, right now I've got a lot on hand. I've been making brittle for several weeks. In fact, I'm making it in my sleep. And so if they were to call me up and they're fairly local, I could get it to them today or tomorrow. So when I retired in 2018 and moved back to Washington from Southern California, I'm the kind of person that needs to stay busy, so I thought, oh shoot, what can I do? And so I thought, well, maybe I'll do farmers markets. And so because I'd been making this since I was in junior high, I started the business and went through all the paperwork and started selling it at the Leavenworth and the Roslyn farmers markets before COVID hit. I haven't done any farmers markets in a while, and I just thought, I think I'll just see what's going on. So I signed up for 6 markets on both sides of the mountains. So this is the 3rd one of the season. I have 3 more to go. Well, I have a business card. I have a cottage foods permit, so I can't sell to stores to do resale, and I can't mail it, so I don't have a website. So it's just kind of by word of mouth and at different craft fairs and things like that.
I started my business like 4 years ago. And I started out with candles and gift items and cards and stuff. And my nephew came to visit me, and he was 3D printing. He's from Colorado, and he showed me his 3D printing stuff and said, oh, I could probably make molds to pour my wax in for my candles. But part of this process is heat. So it didn't work out too well because you don't want to pour your wax too cold. So, and then that year I started making Christmas ornaments. So I 3D print all of my prints that you can see out here. I have many more designs, but as I'm learning how to make my own designs, I'll buy the designs online and have the commercial right so I can sell that design from the designer. And what you do This is called PLA. It's polylactic acid. And what it does is you take it and you put it in your machine. And after you've made your design and that, you can, what I use is a SD card. And you put it in there and it'll read that design. And if all your calculations and you know the maintenance on your machine is correct, then it'll print out something like this. So I started printing more items, you know, and people are asking me about like the dragons and stuff. And then those became really good hits. So I just decided, well, this is more profitable and I'm just gonna go all with 3D printing. So each week I'll make sure I have at least 5 of your dragons because those are the most popular. And then, so it's Christmas season, so I'll do the Christmas. And Grinch was very popular this year, so I started with that and the gnomes. And then your characters like Spider-Man and Batman, and then for Star Wars. I have grandkids in that, and a few of them are autistic, and they just love the toys and that I made, and I enjoy coming down here and just inspiring other people to 3D print.
Hey there folks, Blueberry Carrie here to invite you on out to experience Blueberry Hills. Of course, the food is fabulous, like our cheese splints, our famous French dip, our legendary Eggs Benedict, and unforgettable burgers. But we're more than just great food. People come from all over the world to experience what's been called one of the best destination restaurants in the Pacific Northwest. So come on out and see what all the fuss is about. Blueberry Hills in Manson. It's where the world is coming to.
I think that's a power line.
Nailed it.
Whoa, what the?
Are you gonna call 911 or should I?
Actually, we're late. I'm just gonna drive over it.
Afraid not. Down power lines are super dangerous. If you see one, you call it in.
Yeah, I just drove up to a down power line.
She gets it.
A small-town holiday wouldn't be complete without a visit to an original American hardware store in downtown Chelan. Kelly's Ace Hardware has been serving the greater Chelan area for nearly 100 years. Let them take you back to a time where personal service and quality products went hand in hand.
You're invited to experience small-town holidays in iconic Lake Chelan. From local shopping to Santa parades, a getaway visit to Lake Chelan is a great way to make this holiday season special. Learn more at smalltownholidays.com.
When getting the job done right is job one, you need construction equipment that's built right. With durable Kubota engines, more comfort, and the versatility to do it all. You need the Kubota construction lineup. Right now, write it off a lot and write it off your taxes for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 60 months or save up to $4,000.
At Highline Homes, we know that kids can come home at any stage of life. Whether your kids are coming home or coming back home, we've got the perfect custom-built home solution for you and your family. Highline Homes has up to 100% financing packages available through our select lenders. View our many floor plans at highlinehomes.com or visit one of our model homes in Oregon, Washington, California, or Idaho. Then you're well on your way to building that perfect dream home for the next phase of your life.
Nice crib.
Nice crib.
Highline Homes. On your lot, on time, built right.
Celebrate your holidays at Chelan Ridge Winery. Take your holiday party to new heights or join the Chelan Ridge party every Monday night with a home-cooked meal and a glass of award-winning wine. Elevate your holidays this season at Chelan Ridge Winery.
You're invited to experience small-town holidays in iconic Lake Chelan. From local shopping to Santa parades, a getaway visit to Lake Chelan is a great way to make this holiday season special. Learn more at smalltownholidays.com.
Imagine a science project being done on the kitchen table. Feel the excitement on Christmas morning as the kids race down the stairs to form memories that cannot be erased. Listen for the laughter coming from the next room. Put your family in a new home to make these visions become reality with Coldwell Banker Cascade. Use the Move meter entering 2 cities and see how a potential move scores based on the cost of living and other factors. Make your dream place a reality with Coldwell Banker Cascade today.
It's 30 degrees in the Wenatchee. Oops. Yep, it's on. Sometimes I forget to turn on my mic pack. 30 degrees in the Wenatchee Valley, and that's pretty much what we're going to be at for the afternoon high. We went right back into this pattern again. Boy, Sunday and Monday was sure nice, but 2 sunny days out of 20 gets a little on the boring side. Complete forecast details are coming up. One thing I did not mention at the top of the hour, and I meant to, I made a little note and forgot to mention it. Sunset tonight is at 4:10. 4:10 is sunset tonight. That is the earliest it will set. Now we're still going to have shorter days coming up as we get closer and closer to the winter solstice with the 2 shortest days of the year, December 20th and 21st. But that 4:10 sunset will not come any earlier than 4:10. The days will still get shorter and shorter because our sunrise is going to be a little bit later. Our sunrise this morning was at 7:39, then it'll be at 7:40 on down the line until we get to the shortest days of the year. So yeah, the sun will go down at 4:10 this afternoon, but that's the earliest that the sun will set this time of the year. It'll be 4:11 and then 4:12, but when you can't see the sun, what's the point? From the Climate Prediction Center, we wanted to show you these slides one more time because it gives you an idea of what we're expecting for next week. This is December 16th through the 20th, the Climate Prediction Center. These folks are the specialists in long-term forecasts, and as you can see, we have about a 60 to 65% chance of seeing our temperatures, our normal temperatures, above normal for the period beginning December 16th through the 20th. So this is for next week. If you really want it warm, head to the Oklahoma Panhandle and most of Arizona and New Mexico. Going to be hot there and well above average up in the Maine area in New England, which is still pretty cold. But yeah, we have a better than 50 chance of seeing temperatures above normal next week. As far as precipitation is concerned, same deal, above normal. About a 55 to 60% chance of seeing our precipitation next week, December 16th through the 20th, above normal. Now, this time of the year, mid-December, precipitation usually means snow. And even though we do have some snow in the forecast, what we really have on Friday night and Saturday and spilling in a little bit into Saturday night is almost everything. We could get rain, we could get snow, we could get freezing rain, we could get sleet, we could get it all, as a more significant weather system this weekend has the potential to produce some widespread snow, including accumulations right here in the Wenatchee Valley on Saturday morning. From the National Weather Service, nothing really to talk about today. Clouds and fog and clouds and fog for the most part. We could see some sun breaks this afternoon. Now the clouds and the fog are here, but they're not as dense and they're not as low to the ground. So we could actually see some light afternoon sun breaks today. That would be nice. High of 34. Mostly cloudy, slight chance of snow tonight, 30 for the overnight low. Pretty cloudy and pretty foggy. Not expecting any sun breaks on Thursday. Could even see a little bit of light snow tomorrow morning. And a high of 35. Thursday night, mostly cloudy, 29 for the overnight low. Most of the day Friday, not a lot to talk about. We do it all over again. Lots of clouds, some patchy fog, and a high of only 34. And then Friday night is when this system comes in that we were talking about. And we're talking about very, very late Friday into Saturday. We're talking 2, 3, 4 a.m. actually on Saturday morning when we start talking about rain mixing with snow, mixing with freezing rain. It's all possible in the wee small hours of Friday night, right on into Saturday until about 1 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. So from sunrise Saturday, about 7:40 or so, all the way to about 1 o'clock, we could see any mixture of rain, snow, freezing rain, or a mixture of all three at the same time. That is on Saturday morning. We should dry out Saturday afternoon with a forecast high of 36, and they tell us by the time we get to Sunday, we'll see partly sunny skies and a high of 38 degrees. We'll take that. No real significant snow, except for perhaps in the mountain passes on Saturday night. That's it for us. Have a good and safe Wednesday. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.